Shabbat Shalom. It is so wonderful to be together as we celebrate Shabbat, as we welcome in Shabbat, here from our sanctuary at United Hebrew, there to our extended sanctuary all across St. Louis and perhaps even outside of Missouri, reaching maybe even as far as Israel this evening. And we are excited that joining us on the Bima tonight is Donna Koren, our Shinshonit. And I'm going to ask all of you to get your candles, get your Kiddush cup and your wine so that we together can all welcome in Shabbat with our blessings. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we in our own day be among those who kindle light, as we welcome in the warmth and the light and the blessing of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. And if you have some sort of grape-based beverage, then you are invited to hold that up. And if you are able to, you are invited also to rise. I've pointed out before, whenever I do Kiddush, I hold my cup from the bottom to show that this is a special holy time that I'm holding a cup. The heaven and the earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. And we join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, B'shabbat kadsho be'ahava uvratzon, Hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, Ki hu yom techila lamikrae kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim, and l'chaim to everybody here.
L'chaim, to life. And this evening we are honored once again to have Donna Koren on the Bima with us. It has been such a joy this year to have her. And I know, given this time of COVID, not everybody has been able to meet her in person, but she has blessed us in so many ways, especially from our Bima this year, already so many times with her Divrei Israel, and she just has such a beautiful way of sharing herself. And I have had the privilege to teach with her a little bit these past few weeks as we work through a Hebrew group together, and I think this week she figured out how to play baseball in Hebrew. So we are excited, Donna. We look forward to your words this evening.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom, my dear UH family. Thank you, rabbis, for the opportunity to take part in this amazing service. I am so glad to be part of it every single time. While I'm writing my Dvar Israel this week, I am finding myself listening and looking at videos and pictures from my 4 months here in St. Louis. I am so grateful. You are all a real family for me. Tonight, I would like to talk about Purim and the values of this holiday. Purim is near. In Israel, Purim is accompanied by many festivals. There are parades, ad lo yada, in every city. All of the country dresses up and the streets are decorated. You can feel the joy, the merrymaking, and the whole carnival atmosphere. We also used to get together, have a big dinner called Seuda, and read the book of Esther. There is a unique law in our approach to Purim. מי שנכנס אדר, מרבים בשמחה. From the beginning of Adar, we increase in joy. It is a mitzvah to be happy on Purim. The Jewish month has the virtue of turning bad into good. Sometimes, we are not stopping our life to be grateful for what we have at this moment. In my opinion, one of our big lessons in life is to have the ability to look at the half-full glass. In the book of Esther, we can see that Esther, with her courage, saved the Jews from Haman. In the beginning, it might seem impossible, but we have learned that everything that is done in this world, even the bad, will eventually turn into good. Hakol letova. In addition, on Purim, the values of giving and tikkun olam are the main core of this holiday. Purim provides 2 opportunities for making the world a better place. There are 2 mitzvot called Mishloach Manot and Matanot Le'Evyonim. Mishloach Manot is giving gifts or food to others as a way to promote friendship. And Matanot Le'Evyonim is the mitzvah of giving gifts to the poor. Imagine taking the time to put together a package of snacks and treats. Wrap it up nicely and deliver it to a friend or even someone you would like to get to know better. Since I was in the kindergarten, we had a tradition of giving a mishloach manot to each other. Smiles are exchanged, and you feel good about yourself. You have done a small deed to help repair the world. The best part about Tikkun Olam is that there are so many ways to make a positive change in our community, and I encourage you to think how you can make a difference. The story of Esther in the Bible has always been one of my favorites. A beautiful yet humble girl, raised by a cousin, and who saved a generation through her bravery. I love this story in the Bible because it so beautifully illustrates how God can use any one of his plans and how we, especially women, can fight our fears. The book of Esther is unique in that it is one of the only 2 books in the Bible named for women. The other one is Ruth. Queen Esther, the hero of the Purim story, is widely regarded as one of the greatest Jewish women in history. Her amazing life story contains lessons that apply to all of us. Esther didn't come from much, but God had a plan for her full life. Esther, an orphan living in a strange country, probably didn't dream of being a queen. Her story shows us that no matter where we came from, where we live, or the mistakes we've made, we can put that all in the past and move confidently forward, knowing that there are plans for us, for hope and a future. When Esther stepped up and spoke to save the Jewish people, she couldn't have known that she would be impacting generations to come. Her selfless and brave acts have been celebrated since that time. Let's stop for a moment and think. What do Esther's actions teach us about our own ability to make an impact? You will never know how one small act of loving others can make an impact on many. What can we do today which can impact a generation? If you're on Facebook, share it in the chat. In the Megillah, we can see a strong connection between Esther and her cousin Mordechai. Mordechai raised Esther and always wanted for her the best life. This week in Israel, Family Day was celebrated. On this special day, we commemorate the most important thing in our lives, our family. Family is a very important part of our everyday life. It helps us in improving our personality. It also helps us in shaping our life. It teaches us the value of love, affection, care, truthfulness, and self-confidence, and provides us tools and suggestions for our lives. Family is a place where you can be yourself. It is a place where you are accepted for what you are. This is where you are completely tension-free, and everyone is there to help you. Family encourages you when you are surrounded by problems. It helps you to deal with tough times and bring joy and happiness into life. During this time, we spend more quality time with our families and see how much power we have when we're together and how important it is to stay united. While I'm here, away from my family in Israel, I feel your warmth. You are a real family for me for life. And I'm so thankful for every interpersonal connection that I am privileged to create in our community. Thank you all for listening to me this evening. I wish you a happy Purim, filled with hamantashen and happiness. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And now we all join together as one big family as we are praying together and welcoming in Shabbat together. We join together welcoming in the Shabbat bride as we turn to page 138 and we sing together Lecha Dodi.
And we'll even invite you at the last verse to rise, and you can face maybe the entrance to wherever you are. And we'll welcome in our Shabbat. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha, Ishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'lid hilal, la 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 la, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikeshem nisucha, tova aseh b'machshavat chila, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. You may rise. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala.
turn to page 146 for Baruch Hu.
Hey, I, la, 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 la.
And on page 148, we read together Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, Golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila. Adonai tzivaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And on page 152, we join together in Shema.
And we sing a cappella, just our voices together, so at home and here we can harmonize. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
And we continue with Ve'ahavta on page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uv'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'ishe'arecha leman tizkeruhu va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem l'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 158, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, oseh peleh. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Moses and the children crossed the sea. We sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, oseh peleh.
And we continue on page 160 with Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu
And we continue on page 162 with Vishamru.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורות ברית עולם. v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורות ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת בי נפש, שבת בי נפש, שבת בי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
And we turn now in our prayer books to page 164 as we rise for the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Page 168. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Page 170. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yehalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
You may be seated. And we turn in our prayer books to page 376. And on page 376, we'll first join together with a prayer for our country, followed on the next page with a prayer for the state of Israel. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen. And together at the bottom of the next page, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. And at this time in our service, we turn back to page 371, and we think of those in our community, our friends, our loved ones, those near and far who are in need of healing, be it a physical healing, a spiritual or emotional healing. And tonight, if you are thinking of someone who is in such need, I ask you at this time to please call their name aloud and add it to our prayer this evening. And this evening, we especially think of Mark Overman, and we think of all of those in Texas. We think of those in the South who are still recovering from a lack of electricity, heat, and for many still a lack of water, or at least clean water. And we take all of those into our hearts. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit as we join together now in Mishaberach, our prayer for healing. Take a moment for silent and personal prayer. I'm ready for Purim now. Yay. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you so much.
And Donna just shared with us a song that is sung in Israel during this time of Purim. We often wonder, what are the songs that are sung? And we know, oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man and Haman. So we have lots of, although we sing, Ani Purim, Ani Purim. So there are a number, but thank you for sharing with us a Hebrew song that likely many of us did not know. And as we prepare for Purim, first we look to the Shabbat. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., our Torah study. 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning is our Shabbat morning service. And also, we'll celebrate the Bar Mitzvah of Harrison Dubman. 3:30 p.m. tomorrow is Plato and the Talmud with Cantor Eicher. And at 6 p.m. next week now. And a reminder that Sunday morning, we still have regular religious school classes in the morning, but from 11 to 1 is our carnival. We hope that everybody will come for our extra special carnival. We will be in your car to celebrate Purim. And I am telling you, there are some amazing treats at the cakewalk. So for no other reason, that would be the reason to come. And yes, Rabbi Bellows is reminding me that you can come and silly string one of the rabbis if you can catch us.
You have to pay a lot of money to do it, though. Pay a lot of money, then you can do it.
So come for the cakewalk. Come if you want to spray us with silly string. Come for the fun of it. At 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, it is the real story of Purim with Rabbi Bellows. He might even talk about the end of the book. Did you watch that video I sent you?
Yes.
We'll post it, the end of the book, which we don't always talk about. And then Monday evening, 7 p.m., please join us for Hamantash and baking. And then, of course, on Thursday evening at 6 p.m., please join us for our Hammelspiel Megillah extravaganza.
Woo.
It is a spiel and Megillah reading all combined into one. And it is going to be incredible.
And everybody
please,
on this bima is in it.
Yes.
And off the bima.
And some off the bima. And also, next Friday night, you do not want to miss Disney Shabbat. It is always exciting at United Hebrew when we celebrate Disney Shabbat. And this one will be no different. It is special. It will be special. And on this, it is still February, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, thank you. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago, it feels like Groundhog's Day every day. But yes, it is February. It is already, oddly, the third Friday of the month. And we are celebrating anniversaries. So if you are celebrating a wedding anniversary in this month, please stand up so that we can bestow a blessing upon you. And I see all of you standing up, and I am so honored to bestow this blessing. As you celebrate your wedding anniversary this month, may you be blessed as you celebrate, filled with gratitude for all the joy that you have experienced in your lives from the day you celebrated the union of your hearts up to today. May you always be grateful that you have one another and that you are able to express your love in acts of kindness. May you continue to heal the hurts and forgive their cause. May you waste no opportunity to speak words of sympathy and appreciation, praise and love to each other and to those who are precious to you. As you celebrate this anniversary, may you enjoy a length of days, a ripe and full old age together. Amen. And we say Mazal Tov to all of you who are celebrating. And we now turn in our prayer books to page 586 as we rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated, and we turn to page 595. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This Shabbat, the heartfelt condolences of our congregation go out to the families of Stanley Frank Abrams, James Michael Jim Button, Jerry Hendon, Sarah Faye Fixman, Roland Lee Roth. We are in the period of Shloshim for Richard Birnbaum, Donnie Glick, Jordan Ilian, Marilyn Lobel, Herbert Raskus, Audrey Krantz Rosenberg, Peggy Grossberg Ross, Dr. Abraham J. Tversky, Rabbi Sylvan Lawrence Wolf. This week, this Shabbat, we observe the yahrzeits and we lovingly remember John P. Abel Jr., Shirley Askovich, Sylvian Backerman, Jenny Barron, Lois L. Bauer, Elliot S. Bender, Dr. Max John Bierman, Jean B. Blank, Meyer Block, Lawrence Brett Snyder, Jack Harris Breimer, Saul Herman Bronson, Blanche H. Burak, Celia H. Cohen, Dorothy A. Cohen, Dr. Frank Cohen, Harry L. Crown, Harriet May Dardick, Sarah Eisner, John Ellman, Lucille Feldman, Ira Frederick Feldman, Philip Fredman, Marcus Fuhrer, Jerome Garber, Jenny R. Gardner, Minnie Getzlow, Selma H. Gidlow, Joseph L. Glazer, Clarence Goldberg, Emily N. Graffman, Joseph Greenspan, Abraham H. Grossman, Alfred I. Harris, Leon Harris, Rowena Henschel, Henry Hirschfeld, Regina Holstein, Celia Joseph, Leah Kransberg, Philip R. Kravitz, Blima Leba, Alexander Leventhal, Kathy Lebedin, Sophie Harris Lending, Ronald Lending, Robert Bob Levin, Rachel Levy, Sylvia Adele Lumstein, Ida Magidson, Dr. Jack Mallon, Arthur Mathis, Stanford Allen J. Mendelson, Edgar Donald Millstone, Mark Mitgang, David Mosinger, Harold G. Oglander, Phil Pizer, Dorothy L. Pazlowski, Albert E. Rain, Sylvia Seidel Raymond, Bobby Ring, Greta Rosenberg, Al Rosenblatt, Rebecca H. Rosenblum, Dr. Joseph F. Rufa, Morris J. Rudman, Abraham Samuelson, Rose Samuelson, Sadie Schiffer, Pearl Schindler, Stephen Shukar, Mary Bassin Schwartz, Jacob Carl Sellner, Charles Serenko, Joseph Cecil, Bonnie Shainman, Dorothy Shanvit, Elaine Terry Silver, Fanny Sophier, Ida Sparber, Hannah Kaufman Stern, Mamie J. Stone, Dr. Elmer Wagman, Norma Ruth Weintraub, Ida Wexler, Eva Winterman, Jenny Yawitz. Zichronam livracha, may each of their memories be for blessing as we turn to page 598 and we rise for the recitation of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Bi'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chaye chon uvyome chon. U'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehe Shemei Rabba mevorach le'olam olmei amaya. Yit barach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit alev, v'yit halal, shemei de kudashar barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. And on this Shabbat, before Purim, as Donna so beautifully taught us and shared with us this evening, the importance of this festival of Purim, how it is so beautifully celebrated, but the ways that we can make an incredible difference in someone else's life with something so small is giving a gift to a friend, giving a gift to the poor. And in this week's Torah portion, we're called upon to bring trumot or truma, a gift. And this Shabbat, we think of what are the gifts of ourselves, not material gifts, but the gifts of ourselves that we can bring into this world. As we know from the book of Esther, Mordecai says to her in her moment of indecision and fear, and he says, who knows if you were not placed in this palace for such a time as this? And as Donna taught us, who knows? Maybe we each were placed here on this earth for a reason, and each one of us brings blessing in our own individual ways into this world. And so on this Shabbat, may we consider, as Donna asked us to think of the ways that we bring blessing into this world, and that blessing that we bring is what will bring peace. And we end tonight with a blessing for peace.